Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're doing a huge 50 book vintage horror paperback haul. I got several. There's 2 bags, so I'm gonna try and do this as quick as I can. But yeah, so first up we have The Fury by John Farris. Never read it. It's a spine, the back. Most of these are in pretty good shape. I got it for like $200, which is a lot, but yeah, at least I got it. That's all I'll say. The Fury. Gotta find out a place to put these where I won't get it all messy and crap. Next up we have Soul Crossed by Dorothy Macmillan. Never read her or this book. Gotta be careful with this one. I'll best get a move on because this is already a minute in. A Place to Fear by G.M. Haig. I think that's how you pronounce it. All of these are in really nice condition. Oh yes, here we go. We have a pure vintage horror paperback. Donna Reed, The Gatekeeper. Yep, this is everything vintage horror book collector needs. Up next, we have The Force by J. Edward Ames. That's the way I'm gonna pronounce the name. Bad at pronouncing names if you can't tell. Yeah, a bit of a broken spine on that one. The Adept by Catherine Kurtz and Deborah Turner Harris. I really love the cover of this one, The Sisterhood by Florence Stevenson. And yet again, another pure vintage horror paperback. Dark Seeker by K.W. Jeter. Never read it, ever. Never even had a copy of it. Oh, wow. This is an incredibly short novel. It's literally 140 pages. The House on the Borderland by William Hope Hodgson. Never ever seen this or read it. I've never even heard of it. I believe it's like part science fiction, which is actually fairly interesting and willing to read it. While Angels Sleep by Judith Kelman. Never ever seen this or heard of it, I don't think. So yeah, I'm really happy because like this gives me a lot of new authors to read and a lot of new books. A fair few that I haven't even heard of. Oh, this one looks pretty satanic. Otherworld by Kenneth C. Flint, as you can see by the pentagram and the demons, and yeah, this looks like more of a 90s book, not really an 80s. I love this cover too, The Moonchild by Kenneth McKinney. I love the vibe, the blue. Blue is like a really awesome colour, in my opinion. I don't really have a favourite colour, but I think it'd be blue. If I had to. Someone held a gun up to my head and said choose a favourite colour, I'd probably have to say blue. So yeah, Letters from the Dead by Campbell Black. I love the spine of this one, don't know why. And also the cover looks really, really weird. That's a really freaky cover. This one is not in the greatest of condition, but it's okay. Neighbours by Maureen S. Pusty. Oh, I have to be careful saying that name. Yeah, up there, not perfect, and the spine. But hey, still readable. Very readable. There's no pages missing, which makes it pretty much perfect. Then we have a novel For the Love of Audrey Rose by Frank De Fileta. I've never ever read Audrey Rose novel. So yeah, it'll be fun to read that. So that's bag 1 done. The next bag is much bigger. And this has several books in it. The Beast by Mary Ardell White and James Gordon White. So husband, wife, or brother, sister, I don't know. But 2 people who are related read the book, which is pretty cool, actually. I believe it could be husband and wife. I don't know. I hope it's not brother and sister, because then that'd be weird, me calling them a bloody couple. Next up, this is a book I used to have but had to get rid of it since it was in terrible shape, and this one's in excellent shape, almost brand new. Sorium by William Scholl. There's not one single crack in the spine. It's just beautiful. Yeah, it makes me very happy. I'll be honest. It's great. Next up, we have an author I've been wanting to read for a while, J.N. Williamson with Evil Offspring. Again, not a single crease in the spine. Next up, we have a very odd looking book. Monkey Shines, which is now a major film by George Romero. I've never heard of the movie, never heard of the book. Not really a movie guy, if I'm being honest. Never really was, but yep, it's not. I'll read this one because it looks pretty fucking ridiculous and fun and cheesy, and that's all I want it to be. Next up, we have Whitley Strieber, The Wild. Never read any of his works. What's your opinion on him, if you have? I think he used to write like a lot of mysterious like UFO type books or something, or at least that's what I heard. Another Whitley Strieber, Unholy Fire. There's a lot of books about demons here. But yeah, there sure is a lot of books in general, which is perfect because I love books. Is that hard to tell? Yeah. Inheritance by Owen Brooks. Unbroken Spine. Completely unbroken. Then we have Where Are the Children by Mary Higgins Clark. Yep, gotta speed up, or maybe this will just be a long video. Maybe even a long unpublished video, who knows. Next up we have a book by James Herbert, Fluke. Never ever read this. There's a few James Herbert books in this collection, which will hopefully pop up soon. Time Double by Dick Barrett. I love the cover on that one. So yeah, this is Time Double. This is another author I've been wanting to read for a while. Sorry about that. Dennis Etchison with Dark Side. Whoa, pretty long chapters too, huh? Yeah, that's okay. I read Stephen King. He has long chapters. And just long books in general. So yeah, a lot of these books are actually under 100, like under 200 pages. With this one, Valley of Lights by Stephen Gallagher. I really like the cover of this one too. And here is a book that actually looks very, very interesting. I'm really wanting to read it. Even though I've never read anything by this author or authors, because it's not just one author. But he's a very well-known man. Alfred Hitchcock, Tales to Scare You Stiff. This is in pretty just acceptable condition. It's very flimsy, like a flimsy paperback. Yeah, it's like, it seems to be a little bit water damaged even. So, yeah, not the greatest, but it's readable. Another collection of short stories. This is definitely the shortest book that we have here. It is literally 120 pages long. Spooky Stories, edited by Barbara Ireson. Very, very short. So yeah, I don't know how many stories are in here, but there's a fair few. So yeah. I've heard of this book before, and it actually sounds very interesting. Night Train by Thomas F. Monteleone. Yeah. This is another author that I've been wanting to read for a while, and I just love this whole cover. October by Stephen Gallagher. A lot of these covers are just excellent, which is, I admit it, partly the reason that I bought them. Joe Donnelly, Stone. I love the cover of this one too. It didn't show up well on the eBay picture, but actually it's a lot better in real life. And next up we have, well, another one of the James Herberts that I was talking about. This is in really pretty crap condition, not gonna lie. It's readable, but yeah, I do love this edition though. The Rats, man, oh, I love this cover, bro. I love it. This is literally the starting point for 1970s horror, or British horror. Criminally is another booktuber, has a lot of stuff about that. And the last James Herbert book that we have is a pretty lengthy one, over 300 pages. The Dark. I really love the plot of this. Very good condition. It just sounds so entertaining. This is probably gonna be one of the first ones I read. Same with The Rats. Just because I want to see what Herbert's writing style is like, because I've never ever read him. Let's get these two books out, because these are two in a series. A series by an author I've never read in, like, ever. Brian Lumley, Necroscope, The Lost Years. I know it's like a sub-series, or I don't know how to describe it, but you know, like the series that, like, based off of another series. I think that's what this is. But yeah, I'm still gonna read it anyway, because, like, yeah, there's like a whole list of chapters in this, and all the titles and stuff, so yeah. Seems like to be pretty dense though, which isn't perfect, but hey, I can still read it. Next up we have yet again another really short one, 160 pages, The Demon Syndrome by Nancy Osborne. Very, very weird. Seems pretty creepy. Here we have a book that I already have. Richard Lehman's Flesh. As you know, I'm a huge Richard Lehman fan. My favorite author by far. so gonna have to find somewhere to put that. If I'm not mistaken, there's another Richard Lehman book in here, which I already have too, which is Island. So, yeah, here's another book, Stuart Woods, Under the Lake. I love this cover, looks so interesting. I'm probably just gonna have a binge read of all of these, just one shot, because like all of them are different authors, so I shouldn't really get bored, and it leaves me several books to read. Next up, we have another author that I've never read, another author that I've been wanting to read for a long time. These are short stories. Robert R. McCammon with Blue World. Very interesting. The cover is really good too. And then we have quite possibly one of the worst covers in all of Vintage Horror Paperbacks. Eye of the Demon, I think it says Demon or Damon, I don't even know, by Camille Bacon Smith. Damn. If this book's about bacon, then I'm probably going to like it. But yeah, never judge a book by its cover, that's what I will say. Yet again, another pure Vintage Horror Paperback, Blood of the Wolf, Jeffrey Godden. Yep, this is a long video, I sort of knew it was going to be, but yeah. And I already have 4 stacks of books and have to do another. Next up we have, yet again, a really interesting looking book. It's short and just looks really just good. Zombie by Peter Tremaine. Fine, there's back, so yeah. Next up, we have The Summoning by John Lyon. Really interesting cover, and I can see boobies, which is just perfect. Yeah. Here we have a really strange looking book. It's a strange looking cover. Like very sort of photoshopped, I guess. Panic by Chris Curry. But I'm not gonna let that get to me. Whoa. Chris Curry is it as vintage with sexual corruption. Whoa. Whoa, that sounds very interesting. I might read that first. And yeah, next up we have an Andrew Needleman book, who is also VC Andrews. I think, maybe, am I wrong? The Playmates. Never read this ever in my life. I've never really wanted or been interested in, but I'll give it a chance. Then we have, perfect, an extra copy of Inheritance by Owen Brooks. Don't know what to do with this one. I'll get whatever one is in the best condition. And lucky draw. Here's another book that I have. You guessed it, Island. So this is like the very first edition of the book. It's actually pretty in better condition than the one I already have, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I'm probably gonna keep the edition I have. I'm sorry, my neighbours just started talking like really fucking loud. Now we're at the bottom of the books. I think there's only 2 left. 2 or 3. Ramsey Campbell, Cold Print. Very, very interesting. Well, it looks interesting. It looks very vintage horror-y. And yes, there is only one last book, which is Werewolves, edited by Martin H. Greenberg, which is a short story collection, which is going to be very interesting. It's all about werewolves. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys for several reviews of these books, and yeah, take care. I'll see you guys for another video soon. Take care.